Wow, I have so much that I am going to share with the people at the conference, and just to maybe start, I'll just say that I'm thrilled to be one of the presenters. This is shaping up to be an amazing event, and I think people are going to be blown away by the content and the energy and the inspiration in the room, and so to be part of that is really great, so thank you. I have a lot, as I said, that I'm going to share. My area, of course, is green building and green infrastructure, green cities, and I'm going to spend my time talking about the cutting edge in sustainable building and sustainable design and planning. A lot of this is going to focus around the Living Building Challenge, which many people now realize is the most stringent yet progressive and advanced green building program in the world. These are projects that end up reaching a level of performance where they never have an energy bill, they never have a water bill. They capture and treat all the water that they need within the building, and they generate all their own energy on site with renewable energy, photovoltaics and solar thermal and wind. And we're building these things. And just last year we certified the world's first living buildings, a truly leapfrog level of performance over conventional green building. And we have about 100 of these projects registered. In the pipes, so to speak, in the works around the world, and it's really exciting. And we just certified the fourth living building, in the world, and we're going to unveil that, and lots of other things. We also recently finished a design competition called the International Living City Design Competition, which, as the name suggests, was open to people around the world, and we had entries from every continent except for Antarctica, of course, and we had projects that are really showing what a truly sustainable future could look like in terms of our cities and towns and villages, and in the form of some incredible renderings that really will showcase where we need to head with community design, architecture, and infrastructure. So we will just, later this month, have unveiled the winners of that competition, and we're going to have a ton of amazing images and diagrams that I hope to share at the BALLE conference. So really, I hope that people will be excited to hear what we're doing in green building, pushing the boundaries of sustainability. Well, I think a fair amount, actually, even if your area of interest is not in green building directly. When you're trying to predict the future, it's always a risky proposition, first of all. It's hard to predict the future because, of course, it hasn't happened yet. And yet, that's actually what entrepreneurs are asked to do every day. They're asked to predict trends that haven't yet happened yet. They're asked to launch products into a marketplace untested and unseen, and hope that their sensors as to what people need and what the market is ready for are accurate. And I think that when entrepreneurs do this, they have to rely on a lot of different information, but there's not a lot of information out there in terms of really thinking about how will our cities and communities literally be built and designed in the next decade, 2-3 decades hence? And as a result of that, what do we need to do with our businesses to adapt and prepare for changes that are coming in terms of energy infrastructure, water infrastructure, food systems, etc.? And so what I hope that this presentation will do is really open up people's thinking to where society is headed, and so that they're not viewing their businesses through the lens of today's snapshot, which is already outdated, but rather through the snapshot of where we're likely to head in relation to energy challenges, peak oil in relation to food challenges, and what role business has to play is critical. So I'm thinking that this could be an interesting session, a philosophical session for those that are trying to launch a new business. Well, I think that, the best way to answer this question is just to sum it up with a few words. And I've taken the time to look through the list of presenters. I encourage people to do the same. There's some amazing presenters. Again, there's going to be amazing information and a lot of energy. And I'll just sum it up with a few words that I think that are interesting when they're balanced together. Of course, inspiring, energizing, informative, and practical. And it's interesting when you have a conference that can span the spectrum between inspiration and practical information. So that's why you should come.